And we have our countdown. Three, two, one, pills.
Right. Dave going to be out of the gate first. He's already got a really nice setup for the blue red there in columns 2 and 3. Also got a really nice setup for a horizontal yellow. Had the opportunity to take it there, but he's going to choose to hold off just a moment and take it right here with a nice drill down, leaving zero garbage on his board.
Right. And meanwhile, as Dave Smith got started, he had this really interesting board here. Notice all of those blues in columns 1 and 2. Could have taken them out horizontally or vertically. We see him going for the bottom set horizontally. And he is making actually really straightforward plays. We're normally used to seeing some convoluted stuff from Dave Smith, but he's doing it real nice and clean right now.
Yeah, DaveSmithSays usually a really heavy combo player, and he really puts that to use in the Virus Buster League. And I'll tell you right now, he's a tough opponent. But he's making some really good plays here, but he's only down to just one blue left. Fortunately, he does have it open, but we'll see if the RNG cooperates with him. Meanwhile, here over on the Dave side, the Dave also making some really good plays. He's down by about 5 viruses at the moment, but he's making some really great plays, able to open up the rest of his board hopefully here soon. He's going to need a lot of yellow and a lot of blue, as that's all he's got left, Savage.
Definitely. And meanwhile, Dave Smith has just needs this one last yellow to be out of level 8 at a 133, a great pace. Meanwhile, the Dave working on these last couple of yellows, RNG cooperating to make that not too painful. He could have gotten a double red blitz and he's out with a double vertical at 152.
Right, that double yellow, a really nice gift for the Dave. And DaveSmithSays down to 28 viruses in his level 9, making some really great plays here. And as a reminder, we are playing 8 to 11 as opposed to the last match, which was 6 through 9.
And that's normally our round 2 matches in the gold bracket, and so they're competing here on those. And TheeeDave has a really interesting board right now. Look at all that blue red on the top. Very little yellow to speak of unless he slides that under, but he should be prioritizing those reds and blues exclusively right now, using that yellow to create garbage to build platforms.
Absolutely. Very, very red heavy board for the Dave right now. Although over on Dave Smith's side, he's setting up for a pretty hefty drop combo, and we're
Mm,
gonna get it
wow.
there.
Look at that.
Very nice play by DaveSmithSays. These are the kind of plays that we're used to seeing from Dave. So very nice play by him.
Right, and often you'll hear me say this when I call his matches. You can't necessarily call things to be misdrops from Dave Smith because they could be part of one of those epically long combos. The Dave working through this situation, notice he still has reds on the top of 4 different columns. And even clearing that one in column 8, he's still got reds on 4 different columns. So it's kind of tough for him. He's going to have to chisel out one at a time, but he does have some good blue horizontal opportunities that he's taking control of.
Yeah, I really liked that horizontal blue that he just made. I was really hoping that he would get a double blue to have a nice L clear. But he decides not to hold out for it, which as we're seeing was the right call, as he's just gonna need one more yellow and one more red, and he's gonna be out of his level 9 at a 353.
Dave Smith says, working on that lack of yellow, now he's finally opened some up, but he was using the yellow blue on columns 1 and 2 to create a quick low drop combo. We always like to see combos that don't have a lot of drop time because drop time always adds about a quarter of a second for every row it drops. So you don't want to give your opponent a chance to see more pills during that time, John.
Yeah, absolutely. Prioritizing that drop time, definitely one thing that you want to make sure you're doing, especially in as you get into the higher levels of play. It's one thing that you're going to really have to work on if you want to be competitive. And both of these players is doing a really great job of that. The Dave, with a little bit of garbage on his board, though, he is working to clear it up as best as he can. He's going to get a really nice clear here in columns 1 and 2. The issue for D-Dave right now is he's got a lot of red and a lot of blue. He is starting to open it up, but I'm really a little bit concerned about that column 5 and 6 Savage.
Definitely. Those being so high up, I think luckily this combo that he's just dropped in column 5 did clear some out, but it did leave him a little spire to open to drop time. Luckily, that's a lot lower than what he had previously. Dave Smith working on nice combos in the bottom. It looked at first as though his bottom right side would be really locked up, but the magic of the Dave Smith combo means he only needs one red to be out, and he's out at a 530.
A really nice time here by Dave Smith says. The Dave not too far behind. He's got 5 viruses left, most of them yellow. He's really nice drill down right there to set up that blue garbage on top of his blue. He's just gonna need one more blue and one more yellow, and he will be out. He gets it. He is out at 6 minutes flat.
And now it's 39 to 48, a slight leave for Dave Smith. He was making some really nice quick clears at the beginning of this level. Now you notice he is tucking underneath because he can only use red yellow on the top. Notice setting up for this long combo, drops some garbage, but not too bad there, especially because it's all lined up in a triple in column 6, which is already cleared.
Yeah, and I really like that drop combo by Dave Smith says. You know, I'm a big sucker for those big long chains of vertical combos. And the one caveat of them though is they do add to the drop time, but if you can do them efficiently, then it's a really nice strategy.
Mhm. Now, the Dave, struggling with the top of this board, hasn't managed to crack it because of all the blue at the top, right? He had to sneak some red down underneath, and it just wasn't as efficient as possible. I saw him thinking about trying to get that top red horizontally, and the red just would not come.
Yeah, the Dave just having an issue with getting reds from the doctor. Mario just not wanting to provide right now. Okay, he's looks like he might be getting, yeah, he's getting a double red surge right here, which is absolutely what he needed to clear out that top line. He's gonna have to be a little bit careful though as he comes out of it.
Meanwhile, Dave Smith, he's got some stuff going on with all these reds. John, now notice he looks like he might have been thinking about doing that blue in row 1 horizontally, but now he's completely set up to take it vertically just by dropping that red. But he had some blue reds and didn't use them at the moment. So now he's finally got it, and he makes the excellent decision to switch the pill around so that he did not miss or he did not clear all that blue, and he's out at a 752. So he has taken this first game.
Absolutely. GG's and DD's too, Dave Smith says. The Dave looking like he's probably going to finish this out. He's just going to need a couple more reds and a couple more blues. Going to get that nice drop there. He just needs down to 2 more blues. There's one. And there we go. Out at an 832 is the Dave.
Nicely done. Now you heard Flindo say DDs as opposed to GGs. That comes from the first Dave Bowl, where the opening screen did have, and the the screens did have Davy Daves written on them. So good games turns into Davy Daves.
Yep. And I believe that's an emote in the Discord, isn't it? I know Dave
Oh,
Over is.
Dave
Well,
Over definitely
yeah.
is. All
Uh,
right.
I'm just so happy to be here. As Mr. Rogers says, it's a beautiful Dave in the neighborhood.
Oh, boo. Actually,
All
that was great.
right, we
All
have
right.
a ready from Dave Smith says, and a ready from the Dave.
Right. And I have 3, 2, 1, pills.
The
Now,
Dave
Dave,
out of the gate first, making some quick work, making some really nice setups. gonna take this yellow. I'm a little bit concerned, Savage, about his yellow situation. He's mostly got reds and blues. Now, and as soon as I say that, Mario starts to give him
Right,
some yellows. So
definitely. And Dave Smith is in kind of a similar situation, although he has cleared away all of those yellows, just sort of exposing some now towards the top. But he was in trouble for a little bit. Luckily, Dr. Mario provided, gave him what he needed. But now it's all red yellow again at the top. So come on, doctor, let's go.
yeah, and one thing about Dave Smith's board right now is he's built himself a little bit of a well there. He's got a really big well, it's not huge, but it's a bit of a split board for him. While the Dave's is a little bit more even. One thing you want to do is make sure that you're not splitting your viruses like that, is because it's going to create a lot of drop time as you're clearing out.
Hmm. Now, Dave Smith's board super clean right now. He's going to have to take some drop time on those left and right columns, but he is doing well. Meanwhile, the Dave did have to stack some pills to make some garbage, and he's still dealing with the remnants of that, starting to clear that away. But the bottom of the board is going to be a little bit of trouble because I think, John, that you'd ideally want to take those blues horizontally, but he's going to have to clear out the red first, and he already needs it. Oh wait, never mind, sweet tea.
Woo! Yeah, I absolutely agree though. And he had a really nice opportunity. He could have laid that double blue down flat on there um to get the horizontal in just two pills. But he makes it work for his play style, and he's gonna be out of this soon. He's just the Dave's problem right now is he's just had a lot of red, and he was just having a bit of a fight with RNG. A little bit surprised he didn't take that double yellow and put it on top of the red so that it would drop down.
Hmm. I'm very concerned about. I'm just staring at Dave Smith's side. He had so much blue yellow, and you could see him hesitating a little bit to figure out what would happen if he got a red yellow pill. But he really, really made it work. Now, he does have a little signal that he might try to take those reds horizontally, but nope, he's deciding against it. He could not get the platform for that. But columns one, two, and three, yeah, actually, all of them really need a lot of blue.
Yeah, it's an interesting issue right here for Dave Smith says. As the Dave out of his level 8 at about a 253. I'm really liking the way the Dave's board looks right now. I would love
Hmm.
to see him have a little bit more yellow access, which there he goes. He opens up a little bit.
Oh, man, I would love to see DaveSmith get this horizontal with the reds, but the verticals work just as well. But yeah, notice him hesitating on a pill with blue in it. It's a little tricky for him right now. Meanwhile, uh, Dave Smith already down to 9 viruses, so he's got about a 13, 14 virus lead. But really, with those columns 1 and 2 being locked up entirely blue, he's pretty much going to have to take them vertically, and that is going to take time, John.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, is just that left side has been the biggest issue for him. Um, but he's doing the best he can. Look at that horizontal though from the Dave to drop the blues. That
Hmm.
was some very nice foresight by Dave there.
Definitely. Let's see. So, uh, Dave Smith needing just a couple more blues. Luckily, Doctor is cooperating. And there we go, out at a 411. But meanwhile, the Dave's board is pretty clean. Notice he has a blue horizontal opportunity in row 2, and that will open up everything else. And this is really nice. As long as he can get some red going, everything's gonna fall right away. And there we go. So just needs a couple more pills to be out of this. Really nice finish. Good clean end game for the Dave.
Yeah, really nice play by the Dave. I thought he might go for those yellows horizontally, but he chooses to take them
Hmm.
individually and then go for the red horizontally as he gets out at about a 450. But he's about 13 viruses behind Dave Smith says at this point, who has got a fairly diverse board. His right side though, Savage, is really kind of squished together. Oh, look at that combo.
Yeah, that right side is gonna be a problem, especially because it's basically all, those 2 colors, red and blue, almost all the way down. Now, the Dave making some nice work. Notice the use of this blue yellow as a platform because he doesn't have any exposed yellow. And now he can use that and drop it down strategically. So great combos. Even though the lead is about the same for Dave Smith, this is some really nice work by the Dave to work around his deficits and his assets here.
Yeah, the Dave definitely putting on a show for us. And looking at Dave Smith's board here, he's needing a lot of red. And if Mario doesn't give it to him, this could be the chance that the Dave needs to come back and get back in this game, Savage.
Definitely, definitely. And notice that horizontal yellow really doing wonders for cleaning that out. But so still, Dave Smith only needs reds, and look at what's happening to this board. Luckily, that double red, really great. He's just going to need one more red to be out of this. But DaveSmith's board looking nice. Of course, he did have to drop that red yellow on top to make that garbage, but it is already cleared out. His column one is a little bit problematic. A double red is what we'd really love to see there. Is he going to use it there? Let's hope so. Nice. And he gets a
Yeah.
little mini red surge to boot.
Yeah, D-Dave making some really nice plays. And both of these players, both of these players are very well versed in Dr. Mario, very talented plays from both players. And I would absolutely sign an affidavit to prove that.
I love a good pun as the Dave is out of level 10 at a 707. Now, the Dave Smith's lead has expanded to about 20, which is pretty hard to come back from. But I'm sorry, the pun still gets me. Affidavit. All right.
Yeah, that one may have been planned.
Oh, really nice combo from Dave Smith there to drop down to get that red horizontally now. Again, he's got the situation just like in level 10 where there's a lot of blue and red that needs to be dealt with on that right-hand side, but RNG currently providing.
Yeah, Dave Smith has he's been rather fortunate with the RNG that Mario's given him and the boards that he's had. Just,
Ooh, look at this
initial
combo setup.
oh,
Yes.
there you go. That's what we're used to seeing from Dave Smith. Yeah, but as I was saying, the initial look of his boards have just looked very terrifying, for lack of a better word. But he's been making some really good plays, and Mario so far providing. But he's just looking for those last three reds right now, and he will officially take Dave Bowl number 2, wins their first official sanctioned match and gets that ever important point as we get closer to December.
Yes, and I've just paid out that prediction. Now, it appropriately was 50-50 to Dave Smith and the Dave as the Dave finishes out his level. Now, John, this is just a pain in the butt seeing all this yellow that the Dave has gotten, and it's just he only now is really starting to be able to take care of that.
Yeah, I hate this for Dave too, because we know what D Dave is capable of, and the RNG has just not been favorable for him today.
Definitely not. And I always say never count out a Dave. He was the person who took me out in my very first tournament. So I have immense respect for the Dave. And again, it's a story of needing yellows in column 5, 7, and 8. And those red and blues are blocked up until he can fix that situation.
Yeah, this yellow blue really nice for him. He's gonna be able to drop it down and get that horizontal on the blue. Just needing a
hmm
couple more yellows and then to clear out that red there in the corner, and he will be able to finish this level.
hmm Now, we'd love to see a double red for the Dave because notice that column 7 um, he is blocked up by red and column 7 is covered by red, so that's going to be a little bit difficult. Now he's sort of stymied himself there, needing yellow pills, still needing that double red.
Blue red also a possibility.
There's
I
that double red
thought he
to be
might
out.
go for the cross clear.
To be out at a 10-19. So congratulations to both Daves. Now, Ook the Librarian points out in chat a really interesting idea or factoid that we have had 6 different silver champions in 6 months. That just shows the depth of talent that we have in that silver bracket. Everybody's in the mix. Everybody has the chance to win. So please, if you were interested in what you saw tonight, please join us. John, how easy is it to join us?
It's so easy. All you have to do is join the Discord, read over the rules, and as soon as you're ready to do your qualifier, just post live in the monthly speed qualifying that you're doing your qualifier, and everybody comes to watch you, and that's it.